Welcome to another video yet again. Do have the most potentially undervalued penny stock in the entire stock market based on their fundamentals alone. This is a play trading just under $3. Guys, drop a quick like for me on this video if you are enjoying this content. It does help me out, but this is a company that has had no dilution since 2016. Actually, the outstanding share count has went down by a few million shares. Only an 8 million share float. This tiny $30 million market cap, $90 million in total assets, with zero debt, very profitable, did $140 million in revenue for 2023 with $11 million in net income. EPS has been increasing every single quarter for the last few quarters, showing their profitability is substantially increasing. It is a company in the food sector that operates around 71 different restaurants. So I do have another play that I just loaded up on myself just before this video, just a few hours ago, as they just announced a $5 dividend for this $10 stock. So a 50% dividend, a tiny 1 million share float. So this is a parabolic play in the making that can absolutely explode. I don't know why this one is not up 50% or 100% right now. Has more cash on hand than their entire market cap, $15 million cash on hand, compared to a market cap just around 12 or $13 million. This is one that can absolutely go parabolic in pre-market or tomorrow, a very small float. So this is one, probably the best one to watch. Stock we want to talk about is GHSI, Guardian Health Science Inc., trading at $9, actually is up around 20%. And after hours currently is trading at $10.79, up 19%. And after hours did take some of this one myself, as I think this one should be up well over 50%, even should have a 100% run. Now, is that going to happen? Maybe not, but in my opinion, it should. And don't know why this one is not going absolutely parabolic. So they just announced this headline just a few hours ago, I believe, just going into after hours, announced that its board of directors declared a cash dividend in an amount equal to $5 per share of common stock held by its stockholders of record on September 9th, 2024, and a payment date of September 23rd, 2024. So if any shareholders that are holding this stock by September 9th will get this payment, this $5 dividend per share of common stock. This one is just kind of consolidating right now, is in after hours. Do expect this one to have a massive move to the upside. That's just my honest opinion. Did get in this one myself, like I said, but just considering they have a $5 cash dividend for a stock trading at $10, guys, you saw what happened with MEDS, had a 500% run. And I actually did get in that one myself, made a lot of money off this play. I'm expecting a similar situation, at least a 100% run or a 50% pop going into this dividend day as this one gets closer. I really expect a run going into pre-market and market open tomorrow. We'll just have to see what happens, but there is a very small 1 million share float. So with volume, this one can have a very nice run. Looking at their financials, you can see on their balance sheet, do have $15 million in cash, which is more than their entire market cap right now. $15.3 million in assets, pretty minimal liabilities, no long-term debt. So a very nice share structure as well as a very nice balance sheet. Just having this massive dividend announcement, a very rare dividend announcement for such a small stock price, just a very big dividend for a very clean setup. Extremely rare right here. Very small float as well. So pretty much a perfect setup going into tomorrow, in my honest opinion, and as we get closer to that dividend date deadline on September 9th, I believe. So this is one of my top watches. Next play we want to look at is ticker GTIM, trading just at $3. Could potentially be the most undervalued play in the entire stock market for a penny stock. Actually probably is the most undervalued play in terms of their fundamentals out of any penny stock I have pretty much covered. You can see they do have a 8 million share float, 10.7 million outstanding shares. That has not changed, actually went down. So you can look at this. You can see in 2016 outstanding share count was sitting at 12.3 million, and this has actually dropped all the way to 10.8 million shares. So they are actually doing some share cancellations right now, and the works actually have shown some of those. So we're going to talk about something very big. So looking at their revenue, you can see in 2023 did $138.1 million in revenue with $11.1 million in net income. At their last quarter did $38 million in revenue and made $1.3 million in net income. You can see the last few quarters EPS has continued to grow aggressively, showing indications that their margins and profitability is continuing to increase quarter over quarter, the last 4 quarters, very aggressively. So this is, like I said, a $30 million market cap, all of this revenue and profitability. Their balance sheet, they do have $5 million cash on hand, $90 million in total assets, $57 million in total liabilities. But what's really special about this is no long-term debt, very minimal and non-existent short-term and long-term debt. So with very clean balance sheet, do have $90 million in total assets, which is triple their market cap. What do they do? So this is a company in the food sector. They do operate 71 total restaurants. So they do have owns, operates, and licenses 41 Bad Daddy's Burger Bar restaurants through its wholly owned subsidiaries. Bad Daddy's Burgers Bar is a full-service, small-box restaurant concept featuring a chef-driven menu of gourmet signature burgers, chopped salads, appetizers, sandwiches, with a full bar and a focus on a selection of local and craft beers in a high-energy atmosphere that appeals to a broad customer base. Additionally, through its wholly owned subsidiaries, Good Times Restaurant Inc. owns, operates, and franchises 31 restaurants called Good Times Burgers and Frozen Custard Restaurants, primarily in Colorado. So like I said, they do have 71 total restaurants. Looking at their latest 10Q filing, you can see a lot of these. They have 41 Bad Daddy's Burger Bar restaurants, and it looks like 11 of these are located in Colorado, 5 in Georgia, 14 in North Carolina, a few other states, Tennessee, South Carolina, and 1 in Alabama, or 3 in Alabama. This is with these 41 different Bad Daddy Burger Bar restaurants. They also have Good Time Burgers and Frozen Custard, another restaurant chain, and it looks like they have 26 of these total. All of these are based in Colorado. It looks like the company owned and co-developed locations are sitting at 66 total, an increase of 4 since 2023. Looks like they franchise and license 6 different locations total, which is down from 9 in 2023. So it looks like you add the 66 owned and company developed locations and add the 6 licensed and franchise locations, that's actually 72 total locations, not 71, which I said in the beginning of the video. So just, doesn't really matter, but that is 72 total locations, with most of these actually being company owned and co-developed, which is nice to see. It's like they acquired one Good Times restaurant in Parker, Colorado, from a franchise during this quarter that just ended. Also looking on their website for their Good Time Burgers website, this is the one that has 31 different locations as a fast food chain, and it actually does have some good reviews looking at this. And then they do have, the 41 other locations at Bad Daddy's Burger Bar, which is basically a full service restaurant and bar setting. Recent PR, they announced that the same store sales increased 6% almost for his Good Times brand and increased 1.2% for his Bad Daddy's brand compared to the same prior year fiscal quarter. So looking at this, Ryan Zink, the president and the CEO, said the positive same store sales trend at Good Times demonstrates the strength of the brand. In May, they actually completed a remodel of one of their restaurants in Lakewood, Colorado, and we closed on the purchase of the Good Times restaurant in the Denver suburb of Parker, Colorado. That expansion I just talked about. They say they're extremely pleased with its first few weeks of operations as a company-owned restaurant. Further, as the first day of the 4th fiscal quarter, we have installed our next generation point of sale system in 11 of their total 26 company-owned Good Time restaurants. So it looks like they still have to install this next generation point of sale system that obviously seems to be working, as their sales did increase 6% for the one of their brands, and almost just over 1.2% for the other one. They still have to implement this at the other restaurant. Right here is bouncing off of this bottom right here at $2.36. Has been in a very nice uptrend for the last few days. Looking at the daily, did just break over this key level. Next resistance level, big level to break and hold over, is just over this $3 and around $3.12. Hold over this level, could see another push up. Do get some momentum and news coming in, more volume, could break over this $3.51 level around this area. We hold over this, could see a very nice move up, as there's not much resistance after this level. Could spike up further for a nice jump. Now looking at something on the monthly chart, just to take note of, you can see they are actually forming a golden cross in the making. That's basically when the 50-day moving average comes up under the 200-day moving average and crosses over it. So is that going to cause a massive bull rally if this one does gain some momentum and this does form? And it looks like, we would be trading over the 200-day moving average if that does happen. This is ticker GTIM, trading at $3.04, is extremely undervalued. Probably the most, or one of the most undervalued penny stocks in the entire stock market, just based on these fundamentals. Are growing, margins are improving, revenue is improving, and sales are improving. They are still implementing their new sales model in the rest of the restaurants. We really want to see how that takes effect and look at their next financials as they come out. Guys, let me know in the comments what you think about this video. If you did make it this far in the video, do appreciate the people that do stick around until the end, and I will see you in the next video.